about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with their opponents. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Finds a seam inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a throw here to his running back. That catch good for only a couple. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And his kick is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Right back to him on 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Play action. Now it's Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Sione Takitaki in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. They got his man complete. Touchdown! A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Aftershocks are able to move back in front. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Mostert now to return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Tua sets up to pass it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Shoves him aside near the 35. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 56 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run with Hunt. He'll have another first down and more. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Swings this out for Hunt. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Dax Milne. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Aftershocks are able to stretch out their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. He's got Fuller. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
From just shy of midfield, Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Tua going to throw. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Tua to try again on second down. Here's Fuller with a catch. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play there for the Dolphins. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Sanders now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. To the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Mostert now to return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half? To a hit, and the ball is out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Aftershock 24. Dolphins 14.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Mostert now to return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
On first down, Hunt, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. A throw on target there to Milne. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. Logan Thomas from 21 yards away. And the Aftershocks take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Out for the PAT, here's McGinnis. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Dolphins 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Mostert now to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something
Heads up
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to pass. Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Tua. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Third quarter from Miami. This is second and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. William Jackson with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On second down, right back to Hunt. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. Room to run past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 128 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. A carry here for Hunt. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second and 2. They'll run. This is Hunt. Trucks over him. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 7. First down after
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. Touchdown! Logan Thomas. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Aftershocks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
2 now on first down. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Deron Payne gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Now they'll run it on the toss. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
First and goal on the 6-yard line.
Let's see what you got. 47's the man. Cycle. Check, 47.
From the gun, it's Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Here's Tua. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And some space here. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. 69 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they will take a knee here. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice.